Hey guys, thank you for joining us in this video. Today I'm going to teach you how to install one of our lights and show you some of the flaws that you might get when ordering from a cheap source of these wave lights. For example, let's start off by pointing out a few things. I don't know if you can see these little dots right here. That is all glue. It's very visible, and this black part is just tape. Our products come with a silver painted or white painted middle, depending on which one you order. It's not going to be quite silver, like as in reflective, as in chrome, not this material, but it will come with a silverish tint, such as this light up here that's lighting this. It's very hard to see, it's very hard to picture lighting, but it's going to be similar to this color right here. That's also, you can see the box. This box right here is about twice as wide, 1.5 times as wide as this Chinese product. The bracket is also very cheap. I'm not actually sure how you would mount this on a US surface, since it doesn't have a middle hole or any kind of other bracket attachment. So let's take a look here. This is basically our example unit for I guess showing differences or whatnot. Alright, so when you get your light, it's gonna look quite different. It's gonna look a lot like this light. You can see these ends are painted better, this quality is better. The acrylic is actually in better shape and thicker actually. This one's a bit thick. So what you're gonna do, that's even bent. You can actually see, if you want to look at more quality issues, there's some rust inside there in the corner, or some welding left over, which really doesn't look pretty. It's not even, I know it's inside the box, nobody can see it, but it's just giving the impression. I mean, if you look at this tape right here, it's coming off, and you can see the components inside. Let me prop this. Whoa. You can see the components inside are not very well applied. These LED strips are not even flat. Somebody miscalculated how much LED strip needs to go in there and basically just taped it on. The middle's not so good. Anyways, so what you're gonna do when you get one of our brackets, this is basically gonna come like this. It's gonna come like this, and what you're gonna want to do is first off remove your old fixture. Depends on what kind of fixture you have. We don't know we can't give you instructions for each fixture that you might or might not have, but I can say most fixtures are about the same. It's a few screws. Most of them are pretty simple to install. If you don't know how to install fixtures, I recommend hiring an electrician or a handyman. You can get one through Angie's List, Amazon, Craigslist for, I would say, for an install like this, maybe $60 or something like that. So, anyways, if you take a look at this screw, alright. So we're gonna imagine this wall is actually a roof. And let me come back here after I unscrew this. Alright, so another thing you can see here, LED driver. Look at this cheap LED driver. Let me open this up. What you get inside is not something that should be even handling electricity. These are not certified. and no kind of certification, nothing. There's no labeling on here on these drivers, so they're probably just, I don't even know if they're deemed safe for China. I do not recommend getting one like this. Anyways, put that back in there. Pop it on. Again, this is an example unit, just to show you the basics of installation. Alright, so you're gonna get a bracket similar to this. It's gonna have a hole in the middle as well, and there will be a circular bracket as well made for the US market, which you may or may not need. A lot of people remove them because they're slightly wider and fit, I guess, American standards, and you don't always need one. A bracket like this with a hole in the middle is what you'll probably get, and it's probably the easiest thing to install. Now, what you're going to want to do is essentially screw in the bracket first while running the wires through the middle, and you'll see, again, another quality issue. This light has two brown wires, and then on the other side it has red and black. There's no way of knowing which wire is which one goes to a hot wire and which one goes to a ground. This actually doesn't even have a ground. Which one goes to a neutral wire. There's zero way of telling that, which is not a very good idea. Most of our products are gonna come with, you can see up here, a brown and a blue wire. Brown goes to black, and then blue is obviously the other wire. It goes to neutral, and then inside there's a ground wire. I didn't put in a ground wire for this one. I didn't find it necessary. It's perfectly safe without a ground wire, but again, I recommend installing a ground wire. So essentially what you're going to do is run these cables, which are going to be much longer from the LED driver. You're going to run these cables down through the middle of the bracket, which you'll want to put in like this towards the wall. And once you run these cables out, you want to screw in these screws right here on the sides. And if you have a bracket, there'll be more screws to screw in. If you're using the circular bracket, you'll be able to, I think it comes with 4 screws. It comes with extra screws. You only need 2 to hold this. This light is only about 2.8 kilograms or so. So you want to do that. Once it's up like this, you essentially want to prop up the light. You'll essentially want to prop up the light on something or have somebody hold it. This is typically a 2-man job, or at least some support from a friend, or I don't know, hang it on something, put a chair on a table, support it in some sort of fashion. You're gonna want to connect the wires that come out of the ceiling, and you're gonna want to connect the the brown to the black and the white to the blue, or it might actually have black. Whatever the black is, you want to connect the black together. So brown to black, black to black, that's the only 2 options, and then the other wire will go to to the neutral wire, which will be, I don't know what it is going to be in your house, but typically white in US households. And then here you'll see a ground wire coming out, and you'll think, wait a minute, this is not connected to anything. It's going to be a yellow and green wire typically, and you're going to say, looks dangerous, it's not connected to anything. That is your ground wire. It does not need to go through the LED driver, so therefore it's just loose for you to connect it if you wish to. I typically recommend to connect it because who knows, maybe your surge protector is not going to work, or your breaker, your fuses are blown. Just keep that in mind. Alright, so once you prop that up, the install is very easy. You have your bracket on, super easy. So you would have your bracket on, let's say right here, and all you would do is basically, you see these two holes right here. Here's the other hole. You would just put it on top like that. Of course, there would be gravity pulling on it or whatnot, or somebody holding it. And then you would put one screw in here, one screw in here, and your light is up. Now, another question we get is, how do you adjust these strings? Like if you want to make the light shorter or longer, pull in or pull out, you basically, to just push them in is no issue. You can't pull on them, but you can push them in fairly easily. So you just push it in with your hands. But if you want to pull the string, there's these little clickers, or I don't even know, cylindrical shapes, and you basically want to take a nail, make sure somebody's supporting the light as well. Take a nail, your nail, I just cut my nails, but you would push this down. Here, let me get a good angle on this. Push these down like that and then pull. I'm holding my camera with the other hand, but you would pull on that, and that would actually release the cord, and then you'd be able to increase the length. Make sure you know how much is left. See this wire, again, they don't even have any kind of safety precautions. You could literally pull on this too hard and disconnect the wiring and possibly cause a huge hazard with this unit, this Chinese unit. Again, I'm reminding you. So yeah, that's how you would adjust it. Ours have brackets in here inside that prevent it from going too far and you basically destroying your light just because you're trying to adjust the fixture. These strings will typically be 48 inches long on our lights. See, I've made it very short on this light just to have it at an even keel, and have it spread, what do you call it, spread light throughout my little mini office here at the warehouse. So yeah, so you should have zero issues with that, and I hope this helped. You should have some instructions online on our website, modern.place /support. You'll see installation instructions. Click on that, download a PDF. It should show you a wave light. Again, these are only 39 inches long, very cheap from China, but it's something I can show you how to install on without actually having to unpack some kind of new unit, because it's perfectly packaged, and we don't want customers complaining about unpackaged goods or open box. So that should be it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Yep. You guys have a nice day, and thank you for shopping with us.